Welcome to Nifty Notions from Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and today let's make our own Nifty Notion and make a storage container for all those packages of sewing machine needles. The first thing we're going to need is a box. You can use a recipe box or a little wooden box that you can buy in the dollar type stores and the craft stores where you can paint them yourself. I've taken the hardware off, I stained it, shellacked it, put the hardware back on, and let it dry. This is about a 3.5-inch box by 6 inches. There are a lot of different sizes you're going to be able to get to use this. You'll be able to even use boxes that are already finished. Once we have the box, we're going to need some paper. Scrapbooking paper works great for this project. We're going to need a long strip of paper. So I've glued some together until I get a long strip. That strip is going to have to fit inside the box. The next thing is going to be deciding on the height. So we can measure the inside plus a little bit on the top. We have to stay within that measurement. We get to take this long piece of paper and fold it like an accordion so that all the sides are straight and it's just going to go together. You have the good paper on one side and the back of the paper on the other. This accordion paper needs to fit inside your box and it will need to close. So the size of this paper is going to be determined by the inside of that box. This is going to become a little file folder. By having them all folded into an accordion, this has made each one of these little areas a pocket. And our needle packages are going to be able to fit right in between all of those pockets. So we're going to be able to rifle through and pick what we want. But to make it a lot easier, let's label all of these little pockets. I'll put a link in the description to this free handout from Schmetz Needles. It is a needle guide, and it has all the different needles, what they're used for, and their sizes. It's a 2-page handout, and it has all the different size needles. Print this out because we're going to cut out each of these little sections. Now, I printed them out on a piece of sticky back paper. So once I've cut them all out, I'm going to be able to pull that paper back, and I'm going to have a sticker. You'll be able to use regular paper and glue these on. The front, I'm not putting anything in, so it's going to be the very first little pocket that is going to be my first needle holder. I'm going to take that sticker and stick it right onto that page. Then I can do the next one and the next one. You'll be able to do this outside of the box. So this is the front of the box. This is my first pocket. And I'm going to be able to put my little identifier somewhere on this page. Printing that on that adhesive sticker makes it easy. I don't have to glue it. And I'm going to put those stickers on each one of these little pockets. I now have a label for each one of these sections. And there's one more thing that you can add in each one of these sections. You can add a magnet. These magnets are very thin and they're also a peel and stick. So I can take that magnet and put it right there on my page. And because they're so thin, I can do one on each page. Once all my identifications are done, my magnets are put on, I can just put this right in the bottom of the box. Now I can just file all of my needle packages right in those little openings. At a glance, I'm going to be able to see all the information needed about this needle. And the little magnet will be able to stick a needle that I've been using that is still good to use, but I don't want to put it in the package because it is a used needle. And to identify which needle is in the machine, just make yourself a little card that will fit in. And as you change that needle, you're going to be able to change that card. This handout has a lot of great information on it. So I've taken some of the extra notes, I've put it on a card, and that card is going to get stuck right in the top of my box. I now have a great place to store my sewing machine needles. I have a marker as to what needle is in the machine. I have a little magnet to hold the needle that I've used last. Depending on the size of the box you make, you can get quite a few packages of needles right inside. You can also put your screwdrivers and tools to replace the needles right in the front of the box, and that way everything is here when you need it. It's a beautiful, compact way to store all of your sewing machine needles. This is a great project to use up some old trinket boxes, because all you need is a box, some paper, some little button magnets, and a great handout cut up is going to give you your own nifty notion. Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe, and as always, come on back and let's see what we're sewing or not sewing in the sewing room next time. Bye for now.